Hi, I'm Janet Johnson. I'm the Assistant Director with School Nutrition Services at DPI, and I am here today to bring a little bit of awareness to a culinary resource that we have developed, and it's called Enjoy the Taste of New School Meals. And in this culinary resource, we have gotten some wonderful recipes that you're going to see produced over the course of this video. And part of this was we wanted to bring some resources to households where they could see what students are enjoying at school and find that these recipes are easy to make right out of the grocery store, simple items, and you can enjoy what your students are enjoying at school.
Hello everyone, my name is Miss Taylor with the Post Center and I'm joined today by my friend Dylan, and we are going to be making a crunchy baked sweet potato recipe today. All right, let's get started. So we already preheated our oven to 375 and we've already scrubbed our potatoes under running water with a little brush, so we're ready to go ahead and cut these in half. So here is your first potato. And you'll see that Dylan is wearing some safety gloves today because we have a very sharp knife and we want to make sure we're always being safe in the kitchen. So those are on to protect your hands. So go ahead and cut our first potato in half. All right, so when you're cutting this, put this tip down first instead of cutting with the back part of the blade. There you go. Good job. Perfect. All right, so now we have our pan and we already have parchment paper on there. And if you don't have parchment paper at home, you could go ahead and use tin foil or anything else that you had that was safe to go in the oven to cover and line that pan. So we'll go ahead and put our potato pieces on there.
Taylor, did you know that North Carolina is the largest grower of sweet potatoes?
I did not know that. Wow. How do you know that, Dylan?
It says in the book.
All right, now that our potatoes are in the oven, we're ready to make our crumbly topping. Do you want to go ahead and tell us how we do that?
First you combine the oats, then the brown sugar, and then the oil.
Yep. Great job. So now that we have everything in our bowl, we can go ahead and stir it up and combine it to make a really crumbly texture to put on top of our potatoes. That looks great. And that is what our crumbly texture will look like. And Dylan, why are you wearing oven mitts for this?
Because the pan can be very hot and you don't want to burn your hands.
Exactly. You want to always be careful in the kitchen. Good job. All right, so now that we have our potatoes out of the oven, so we'll put a tablespoon of the mixture on top of each of our potatoes. All right, that looks pretty good. So we'll spread that out on each potato, get it nice and even so that the sugar melts along the whole thing. That looks pretty good. Now that we have spread our crumbly topping on the potato, is there anything else you might like to add to this recipe, Dylan?
Well, some recipes you can allow, this is my favorite thing to put on,
What is that?
marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
I like to add some marshmallows.
Just a couple on each. So besides marshmallows, what are some other toppings that might be a little less sugary but that are also really tasty?
You can put cranberries.
Yep, some dried cranberries. ahead and put those on this side. So remember, recipes are kind of like guidelines. So we have them and they can be really helpful, but we can also improvise and add our favorite ingredients that we have at home.
You can also put raisins on them because not everyone likes cranberries.
Yep. You have those gloves on, so I can help you out with that. All right, so here we have some raisins. They look a lot like dried cranberries, but they have a different flavor that some people might prefer. There we go. Add a few more here. All right, that's looking pretty good. So our last step was to put them back into the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. So we can go ahead and do that now. All right, now we have our sweet potatoes out of the oven. They look so good and they smell amazing. Time to taste them. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want to try first?
I want to try this one.
That one? So it's gonna be really hot. So let me go ahead and cut into that so it starts to cool. And you could grab that bite with the marshmallow and just blow on it and make sure it's cool enough to eat. You can still eat the skin if you wanted to.
I like potato skin too.
Do you like it?
Sort of.
What do you think, Dylan?
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us, and join us next time for our next recipe.
Bye.
Bye!